Hi, hello everyone. It's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. So I'm here to do Roxy's weekly challenge for this week, and I believe she was calling them book page floating pockets. So really simple to do. So I've got a whole host of different book page type things. So I've picked out two music sheets that are actually kind of already pre-folded. So I'm off to a flying start. I've got a couple of pages from I think it was an electronics book, so it's got all this funky like equation type text on it. And then I thought I would also do a couple in this is from the Concise, I think it's the Concise Book of British Flora. Quite an expensive book, but you do get a lot of pages. And I'm trying to do a couple in this anytime that I do a book page type thing, because I want to do a project with this book next year. So anyway, so that's what I've got to play with. So I'm just going to dive in. So we're making these book page pockets, and I've got to try and remember how she did it. So we have, I think it was like a side loading pocket. So I'm just going to fold and go. That's my motto this morning, is fold and go. So I'm just going to fold this edge over. This gives us a bit of reinforcement, because I'm only using one paper. This is quite thick though. You can hear the thickness in that, so perfectly fine for this. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my trimmer because I like things neat and tidy, you know me. So I'm just going to come along there, lovely. And then I don't want as much of a border on mine, so I'm just going to chop them down, focus on that interesting text. And then I guess I'm just going to fold this edge over, because I don't really want this plain edge, and that will give that a bit of reinforcement. So what we can have is a side pocket here and here. So I'm just going to fold all these, glue them, and take it from there. So I need to try and remember not to have everything going the same way. So this one I'm going to try and have the opposite direction. And as you can see, super simple. And then of course we can spend most of our time decorating. I'm in a very good mood this morning, so I'm sorry if I seem a little bit jazzed. I promise I have not raided the coffee cabinet or the cookie cabinet. I promise I haven't. But yeah, I'm just a bit lively this morning, and I'm finding it difficult to curtail my enthusiasm for things this morning. So if I seem a bit different today, that is what's going on. I think that's straight. Yeah. Just double check. Let's just double check. So yeah, sorry if I seem a bit stammery and faster than normal at speaking is probably what I'm like this morning. Right, so that one is going that way, isn't it? So yeah, there and there. Yeah, it's fine. So then I have some music sheets. Now these actually were already folded in half, and this one, as you can see, is already doing something hinky, so I might as well go with it. And I'm thinking these could be nice tall ones, actually. I'm just gonna fold that back, and obviously height-wise I need to make sure that they will actually fit in my journal. So let's do that. And then this one is a little bit screwed up there, so I'm just going to make life easier for myself and just tear off some of this excess on the back. Don't need all that. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get these folded, and then we can do the fun part afterwards. So again, because this is sticking up funny, I'll just grab that off. Okay, so that's what we've got. So initially I'm just going to cut it to, where the music starts and finishes. because that will give me a good indication of size and everything. Oh, actually, that looks pretty perfect, doesn't it? Height-wise, what is that? So that one has come out as, yeah, 7 inches, perfect. 7 by 3 3/4. So what are these? Because these were a smaller book page. So these are 3.5 by 4 4/4. 4 3/4. Oh my goodness. Speak English, Justine. Okay, so we'll do another of those. So I'm thinking, I don't know if I'll get all of them decorated, but I am thinking, actually I think I might have this one this side, because even though we've got a bit of like drawing on it, that's just a much more interesting print, I think. Yeah, so I'm basically going to get all of the bases done, and then we'll just decorate some of them, because I'm thinking when I do these challenges, really anything with book pages or leftover digitals, you know, that kind of thing, is I'm trying to make extra bases that can then just go in my stash, ready for when I'm doing a particular project. I'm going to bring that one in more actually, because otherwise it won't fit in my journal. That does not look straight at all, which makes me think that the book page music sheet wasn't straight to begin with, but let's just go with it. Straighten things up on the trimmer. Yeah, lovely. Right, and then I'm going to put a little more thought into what I'm doing here, because obviously these are nice colourful pages. I mean, really there's not much thought going into it at all. I'm just folding it in half, but I'm just thinking at what point I'm going to turn the page over. I'm going to aim for essentially where this black border is. I don't want to see that, so I'm going to use that as a guide to hide that. Lovely. And then I imagine I'll put something inside there, a scrap, to take off, you know, hide that, make that prettier. So I imagine these will make two pockets each. Yeah, so I think if I just sort of cut it at a point that makes sense, which would be, let's go there, and then we can just have, you know, little and large, can't we? Again, I'm going to just fold this over. It probably doesn't need it if I'm putting something inside that pocket, but at least then, you know, that border is hidden. Actually, that looks all right, doesn't it? So I hope you're all doing well. I realised that in my excitement, I just kind of dove right into everything again. But yeah, there we go. Really simple, huh? So I'm just going to have a bunch of these. I think I'm actually not going to do another, just because I'm only doing one project with that book next year, and yeah, I kind of don't have too many. Right, so let me just get these tidied up. I'll just be a second, and then we'll get them glued up, and then we can get to decorating. Okay, I'm all set. I just wanted to tidy up a few of them because they looked a little bit wonky. Okay, so we're going to get them glued down. So first things first, we're going to glue the reinforcement strip. I've done those ones off screen just because you do not need to see me do this step 8 times or 6 times, however many pockets I've got. I've lost count. Okay, so that's then gluing up the 2 sides of our pocket, so we've got this kind of a shape. Now these are floating pockets, I'm just gluing this reinforcement strip at the back. These are floating pockets, so you will see the other side if you choose to use them in the way that Rachel recommended, which is to clip them into your journal. Or you could just glue them onto the page. You don't have to make them as floating pockets if you don't want to. Okay, so we're going to glue the reinforcement strip like so. Lovely. And then we're just gluing the 2 open sides to make our pocket. Okay, just checking you can see what I'm doing. Like so. And then just glue the reinforcement strip at the back. You could cut that off if you want to. I think Rachel did cut it off. She didn't have a reinforcement at the back because they're floating pockets. The idea being that you put them in a pocket or you clip them into your journal. For me, I may very well decide to make these double side loading pockets. So this can be a pocket as well as this. I haven't quite decided yet, so I thought if I just get on and glue the reinforcement strip at the back, then they could be used in that way. And then as I'm decorating them, if I decide actually I like the floating idea, then I could just cover that, where we have this join, with some scraps or interesting papers. So now what did I say? I wanted to have them going each way, so I'll have that one that way, that one that way, that one like so. Like so, like so. Oh, and I've done those both the same way. Oh yes, because that was part of the same page, that's right. Cool, okay, right, so I'm going to do these ones off screen because there's really not much to them. I'm just going to add labels. I thought about covering this, which I might do, but yeah, I'm just going to do those off screen because there's not really a lot to it, so pop those on my to-do pile. But let's focus on the fun ones. So these are the ones where we can get a little bit more creative with what we're doing. Okay, so I'm going to start with the smaller ones first. I don't know if that will be easier, but we'll see, won't we? And I've got my scrap tray, which I might be able to use. I've also got my box of florals I might use on the tall ones. And then I've also picked out some of these things from kits where I've just got lots of little these are actually tags, but I could use these in a collage because they're just printed on paper. So, and I finished my secret garden project from a pink perspective, so I kind of thought, yeah, and then I've just got these things which are pretty papers that we might be able to use. So I think what I'll do is I'll start with trying to find some kind of focal image. So I quite like that one there because I don't want to completely cover up the fact that this is a book page, especially with that fun equation type text that we've got. So I might go with something like that. Keeps it simple then, doesn't it? If I was to use that, it would have to be with something, so that's probably not quite what I'm after. Oh, that's cute. Look at that. That's like a zoological picture. Yeah, I preferred that. That was easy, wasn't it? Let me get those inked whilst I just want to decide if I want to put anything behind them or just leave them as that. I'm not sure. So this is from a scrapbooking paper pad. Just a picture of a daisy. Get that one inked whilst I'm sat here. Might actually be able to get all 4 of these decorated because it's only 4 pockets now that I've decided to do those other 2 off screen. I kind of just like it, with the book page behind. Doesn't really need a collage, I don't think. It feels way too easy. But I think that's also the point of this challenge is, you know, the ideas are fairly simple when you think about it, but they just look really quite cool, you know, when you go for it. So I don't mind making things easy for myself today. I'm actually quite enjoying this challenge just from, you know, trying new things and just having a go. I think is the not needing it to be perfect, because this is the first time that I'm trying things, and for it to just be just having a go at the challenge, really, just having a play. Yeah, maybe with a number or a label or something, maybe, but I don't think it needs any collaging. And then that's probably the same, to be honest. So let's just get that glued down. Well, so much for me scrap busting today. But I think maybe the taller ones, the music sheet ones, might use some scraps on those, maybe. I also need to decide if I am going to use these as floating pockets or just pockets. I haven't decided that yet either, really. Could even turn these into some kind of flip out if you added a hinge or something. That could be kind of fun as well. Okay. Yeah, this feels really simple. I don't know if I'm you know, is it one of those things where it feels simple and then you think, is that because I've forgotten to do something? You know that feeling? Let's see what they would look like with some labels on or something. I'm torn between sciencey labels and numbers, or whether it even needs it, because that is way too big. Just have a play and see what happens, shall we? So try a circle. I don't know. Meh. I mean, you could, but like, why would you bother? Because it looks fine as is. Okay, right, I'm going to leave that one for now. Let's see about this one. I don't really want to cover up where it says Wild Daisy, but this one could use some kind of like I still haven't done my number fussy cutting. So I'm still working with the same numbers I was last week. I was just wondering if, you know, you could do, I don't know, something like that, and then have it be yeah, let's do it. I'm trying very hard on these challenges not to overthink things, because it is just me having a play, having a go. So if I like something, I'm just kind of popping it down and just taking it from there. I don't know if you can hear that. You probably can't. Oh my goodness, I just literally had chills run down my spine. Oh my gosh, I've never been so scared. My home device that begins with an A, who shall not be named, for some reason thought I said something to her. She started whispering to me about something. Whispering. If you're in the middle of crafting and you're very much in the zone and you suddenly just start hearing a whisper behind you, oh my gosh, my heart is beating so fast. Whew, okay, well, that was, yeah. Oh, chills, I tell you, I don't know, you probably can't hear her and you just think I've gone absolutely bonkers today, but honestly, that just proper scared me. Oh, right, calm down, Justine. Breathe. Goodness. If this is the first video you're watching from me, I promise I'm not normally so lively today on my videos. I'm normally calm and chill, but yeah, I don't know what's gotten into me today. And that just set me right off. My heart is proper pounding. I really like that, you know. How simple was that? And it got some stuff used. So, do I make it as a floating pocket? I suppose I could. I mean, they are only thin, aren't they? Let's think about it. So if I've got a bird and, you know, botanical type thing on the front, might be nice actually, rather than just do the same thing on the back. Sorry, I'm just going to root around here a second. So I was thinking, oh, I'm losing my dobber. Maybe I could put, you know, some kind of bird fussy cut on the back, or something that goes with the bird theme. So I need to find a bird. I'm sure I've got plenty of those. Oh, a bird with the chicks there. Right, let's find a bird. What bird do we like? I like all birds. Let's see. Could maybe, yeah, do something with him. Okay, right, let's so I'm just reaching for another box now. I'm getting all the boxes out. Because when I make things with birds, hopefully you can see, I like to use these frame stickers that I've got, and I just treated myself to another pack of them because I use them often. They're just from AliExpress, so I was wondering if maybe I could use one of these with my little bird. So let's just pull out that middle piece. Don't need that. I think that goes that way. I think it's a bit too top heavy. Maybe I can go the other way. Or something. Do I want to put something in the window? Maybe. I'm just wondering about if we want to see anything a bit more interesting. I've got my whole scrap tray in front of me. I mean, come on, Justine. Use your scraps up. I could put that in the window. It was just sitting on top, wasn't it? You know, if you have it, yeah, that could be kind of cool. And then just get rid of that bottom bit. And then have like a word or something. Alright, let's do it. Let's just ink this. My heart is still pounding. You know, for those of you who have your home devices, do they ever just randomly talk to you? I mean, and mine thinks that I'm whispering every single time. Now I do talk quite quietly. Today I'm quite loud. This is my version of loud. But you probably don't know that because when it comes to my videos, I actually have to edit them to increase the sound to be double what I sound like. So I turn it up to its full proper max volume. Otherwise you would just not hear me. Yeah, I don't know why I talk so quietly and so softly, but I do. So Alexa, it's okay, she didn't hear me. She often thinks that I'm whispering to her. So sometimes I'll say something that she thinks I'm talking to her about, and she'll just start whispering to me, and it is bleeding scary, I tell ya. It really is, when she just suddenly starts doing that. Okay, so I'm just gonna rip this little piece off. Hey look, these are my scraps. And then I was thinking if I just glue that where the frame is going to be, or maybe I glue it onto the frame, that would be easiest, won't it? No, because it's a sticker. Okay, right, think about this one. So yeah, this is a sticker, isn't it? So if we go about there, so I'm just going to put a dot. That is kind of where my corner of this little scrap is going. I need to calm down, man. Yeah, that just completely terrified me. So if I seem a little bit scatty now, then yeah, please forgive me. That is just completely yeah, terrified me. Right, I'm keeping an eye on the time. I am the world's slowest decorator. So I think I've been on for about 25-ish minutes, I think, thereabouts. Right, let's just get this on. Just trying to position it to hide my scrap without ruining it. It's the only trouble with these stickers is they are very sticky, so you have to get them in the right place, otherwise they bubble up. Okay, that's it. I think we're in. Just have to smooth that out a little bit. I don't think I've ever done a floating pocket. Not for a long time anyway. It's been a long time since I've done a floating pocket, if I have ever done one, which I'm not actually convinced I've made one before. So it seems interesting to me to be decorating the back as well as the front. Right, let's think of a word. So we've got birds, so something like botanical or naturey would be perfect. Oh, that's nice. Where's it gone? Haws and blackberries. Oh, well, hawthorn, I think that's supposed to be, but I don't know, when I said it out loud I thought actually maybe not. It doesn't say that, obviously, it says something else, but just the way it sounds, maybe not. We can do better. This is one of my words. I've got these as a freebie, but I think it wants being a bit smaller actually. So I've got early morning sunrise, but I could just make it morning sunrise. There's no harm in, you know, tearing these things down to make them shorter. For some reason I've already made the decision that I'm going to work this in somehow. I think because it's a bird and you often hear them, you know, in the mornings, here at least anyway. So let's just ink this up, grunge it up a bit. Yeah, so these are a freebie on my Buy Me a Coffee, which is always linked below in my description box. So if you haven't grabbed yourself a copy, I've got spring words, autumn words and winter words. And at some point over the summer I will have summer words. I'm also learning how to, so they're just printed onto, you know, like a Word document, so there's nothing fancy. But I am actually currently learning how to make my words fancier by having them on a sort of, what kind of, like a vintage background. I'm currently learning how to do that, so stay tuned. I hope to have some words that will be, yeah, a bit fancier. Those ones I'll probably do as a chargeable download, but you know, a tiny amount of money, you know, £1 for all of the words that will be like that kind of thing. That's what I'm thinking. So I'll let you know when I have something, because I do want to learn to do, you know, bits and bobs on the computer that I can then use in my journals. Right, now his poor talons are going to completely get lost if I don't stick them down, so wish me luck as I get a dab of glue on here. Whoop. Without getting too much. It's a good thing about art glitter though is it does dry clear, and I mean completely clear, you really don't see it. So that should be that. That's good. So that's a really cute pocket. I do feel like I should have maybe rounded the corners. This side feels like it should be rounded, but I won't do that until I've decided. And then I like to add, if I've got one, a little butterfly would be nice to just finish it off, I think, if it doesn't take away from my bird, because obviously that is the focal point. So look at all these butterflies. I just need to find a little one. So, ooh, that's a little one. Let's go with this. So yeah, you can see I'm really lazy with my fussy cutting, is particularly with butterflies, is I will just cut out essentially pages from the book and then pop them in here and then cut them out when I come to use them. The only reason I do that is because otherwise I don't do my fussy cutting, and then I always complain, oh, I haven't got any butterflies to use. And you know, you don't know what you're going to use. Like some of these things I might not use until, you know, a year later. So I'm just getting rid of those little bits. And you know, why would I spend all that time fussy cutting now not to use it for another like year or something, you know? So anyway, that's my excuse. That is sweet. I do feel like I want to add, it needs a balance, doesn't it? Somehow. I don't know if it wants another one. Oops. I'm overthinking. Just trying to neaten up that edge of the word, basically. So yeah, in case you don't know what I'm doing, can you see the word looks fine, but it kind of finishes halfway through my frame, and to me, I could ignore that, but it doesn't quite work for me. So that's where I come in and want to add a butterfly, because I feel like it carries the collage on, you know, finishes off the word a little bit, and all of that. So that's why I'm doing that, in case you were wondering. But now I've added one butterfly, I don't know if I should be adding a second one. Da da da! That side looks really plain now in comparison, but you know, information in the front, business in the front, party in the back. I can't believe I just said that, but you get the idea. And then yeah, that really is a floating little pocket, so just for a few little bits in there, maybe your notes about your birds. Yeah, I like that. That was simple, wasn't it? Yeah, so this one, so I've got a daisy on the front. I was just thinking to myself, maybe I want to continue the florals, and I do want to hide that edge with a scrap of something. So I'm just going to rifle through my floral fussy cuts here, and I'm hoping that I've got something. Have I got something? Of course I've got something. What am I talking about? Let's see. That's a nice size. Daffodils. They go with daisies, don't they? Oh, that's pretty. Look at that one. No, I prefer the daffodils. Took up more space. So if you like the daffodils, Justine, why are you still looking for something to use? I don't know is the answer to that question. So I think that would look nice with a scrap down the side. So I don't know, I'm gesturing a lot, aren't I? What kind of colours? Oh, nearly. What kind of a thing? A colour, I think, is what I'm after. So I wonder if I've got anything in here. Green, yellow, neutral, you know, something like that would be ideal. Oh, Justine, what did you do in your video today? I just rifled through my scraps. That's not wide enough. Oh, I bet that was so thrilling to watch. Yeah, sorry. I genuinely... Oh, Edith Holden. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. It's funny when you're rifling through your scraps, you can genuinely get quite excited by what you find, because, you know, maybe that's just me, but, you know, it can be... Oh, that's got an edge down it, never mind. I'm enjoying this end page, aren't I? Been using it quite a bit in my recent scrap busting projects, but I just thought maybe we could continue the collaging over a little bit, maybe. Something. And then if we get this Edith Holden in. Look. Something. I ink it and just sort of see how I feel once it's inked. It's actually kind of fun to decorate the front and backs. It takes longer, obviously, per pocket. But it could actually make quite a nice change to have these floating pockets, rather than everything having to be glued in. And then, you know, the pocket can follow you through the journal if you want it. And also it gives you a little bit more scope for where you can keep the pocket. You know, if you were gluing it down, you probably wouldn't want to glue it over a writing spot. Oh, I need to ink that as well, sorry. But, you know, this could go over a writing spot and then you unclip it when you want to make a few notes about something. Maybe. Don't know. So many possibilities. This has actually got a bear on it. I just realised. But I think if I position it just so, you can just see the bear's face, which is alright by me. I don't mind having a bear's face behind my daffodils. It can be one of those, do they call them Easter eggs, where you just find these random little things. Well, spot the bear, ladies and gentlemen. That is the game today. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I don't know. I must be pepped up on something. I think it's because I've just spent, so my husband has just gotten back yesterday actually from, he was doing some, well, he went to go visit family, and his family live on the other side of the country essentially, and he was also doing a trade show to sell his 3D printed items over in Ipswich, which is yeah, quite a way away from here. Anyway, and yeah, he was gone for just over 3 days, and there was me. The company that I had, bless him, was my dog. And so I think I'm a bit giddy because yeah, Scott came back yesterday, so I think that's why I'm a bit lively. It's because yeah, I've had a bit of a quiet weekend, just me and the dog, and yeah, my husband's now back, so yeah, I'm excited about that. I missed him. Yeah. Right, so I think that's looking fine. Move that there. Or do we want that more? No, we don't. Yeah, more like that. I don't know whether to use a label or a word. Could be kind of cute, couldn't it? Whoops. Tell you what, it's fun to use the scraps. I'm sure a bunch of you are thinking, well, more obviously that's why we use them, Justine. But honestly, it's been a learning curve for me, quite a lot, to use them. And actually, I'm really enjoying the pieces that are coming out of it. It's they're feeling very unique, and you know, because at the end of the day, I don't really know what's in my scrapbox. So what's coming out of it is just stuff, and you know, I'm just making it work with what I'm making and what I'm using as the focal point. But yeah, it's getting to be quite interesting how the pieces are coming out actually. And I think I'm giving myself the space and the freedom as well, the creative freedom, so to speak, to actually take the time to use the scraps and not have to be so planned all the time, and I'm just coming on and I'm just having a go at something, and yeah, I'm really liking what I'm making. I mean, I like a lot of the stuff I make, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I just I didn't like being so planned all the time. I've said that a few times, haven't I? Right, so I don't like that, how that's looking. So I'm thinking I can get a number in here maybe. Just to, yeah, that looks kind of cool. Yeah, just to, I don't know, I'm just going to show you. Can you see where I've got a bit of label peeping out from behind the daffodil? To me that doesn't quite look right. So by adding a number, another label, that kind of a thing, you know, we can just make it, it just becomes a collage, you see. To me it looks better. But I just thought I would, you know, I like to share these things because for anyone new watching my channel, you know, you might wonder, well, why did you place that there? Why did you decide on that? Why are you looking for a number so ferociously to go in that gap? And well, that's the reason. That is the reason. I'm thinking, I'm trying to decide between these Tim Holtz numbers or this one. Now this is a sticker, so I don't know if it would... I prefer that, but because it's a sticker, I don't know how well, like, will it be all bumpy and weird on top of, it's too small. It's too in your face, like I want it to just be blending in as best I can. So it might have to be the Tim Holtz numbers, which is fine. It is a-okay. Yeah. Last try, and then I promise I will make a decision. Okay. I like the subtlety of that, but I feel like it needs to be bigger though. A weird shape. I cut these from a paper pad, so they're a little bit of a weird shape in some cases. Oh my goodness me. Pick one, Justine. Oh, the frustration of going through all those numbers, and then, hey, guess what? I just went for the first one, went back to the first one that I picked out. Always the way, isn't it? Now, I really don't know how long I've been on for, because I've paused the video a couple of times. And I've done that thing where, you know, when you get just so engrossed in what you're doing. That is me right now. So, I'm enjoying myself. I do believe that one is that one finished. Just bringing in some of the ink. Because, you know, we've got the creamy Edith Holden on there, so I don't want the white page to stick out too much. There you are, that's my back, and that's my front. Yeah, I think they go together. Nice. So we've got two floating pockets fully decorated. I do want to do one of these tall ones, so I'm going to do one, but I'm going to do this as a normal non-floating pocket just to make it quicker, and then, you know, if I decide to use the floating thing later, you know, we can add to it, can't we? I don't know what it is, I'm loving daisies right now. But I've already got daisy things, so I don't want daisy everything, do I? That's a nice size. Ooh, pretty, okay. That was an easy decision. So I do want to have something with it. I do actually really quite like to use like book text with florals and botanicals and things. So I'm actually wondering It might be really, really simple and basic, which I don't mind, even in the slightest, to have, yeah, just a bit of this cursive writing down the side. So let's use another scrap from the scrapbox. So, oh, I've made that too short now. That's okay, I can put something across there maybe. Oh, I tell you what. Well, I was just wondering actually, sometimes I like to do it, you know, in the middle like that. I want to keep that scrap. Let's see what we think. So if that was there, no, we'll go the other way. Yeah, that's nice. It just gives it a bit of something in the background, but not too much. Cool. I mean, I can take off that leaf, can't I? Just hangs over a little bit, just size-wise. Yeah. And then we can go with some kind of label-y thing. Right, let's just get that stuck down before I start fussing about with labels. And I'm not going to ink this because I want this to blend into the background. Be one with the music sheet. Oh, goodness me. I'm sorry, I'm just in one of those moods where I just am finding everything funny, and I don't know what kind of nonsense I'm coming out with today. Oh dear. It's not just me though, right? We all have moments like that, surely. And then there'll be my regular subscribers who are coming on to watch my video, expecting quiet, mellow, normal Justine, and you're thinking, well, who is this person taking over Justine's body today? Lovely. Oh, that is so nice. I don't want to take off its leaf, I want to keep it, so if we can position it. Yeah. So I'm not going to glue that down yet, because now I'm thinking maybe the label can go, you know, up here somewhere. Oh, whoops. Things are sticking to me. Yeah, that's nice. Wants something though, doesn't it? I'm looking around, wondering. I am going to the butterfly drawer, and I am thinking butterfly would help. I mean, you know, honestly, get yourself some butterflies. They go with everything. What colour do we want? So we've got pink, so don't know if I want brown. I want, you know, just a nice muted colour. Let's go with muted. So, oh, that's pretty. Too big though. I want it smaller than that. I mean, I could go with brown. Nope. Let me find a couple of butterflies. I'm probably going to want two. That seems to be my thing today, so I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I've just found a couple of butterflies, and I did just clear up my desk a bit because I think that will be the last one I'm doing. So I'm going to put this nice big white creamy butterfly, whoops, just blended in there, and then I'm going to go with this little brown one. Tying this away, and then put the lid on the glue. Just going to, I don't know whether to round the corners because I've added the flowers. I might round the corners, I haven't quite decided. But I thought if I just give it an ink, and then maybe that will, everything looks different with ink, I do think. And I am a poet and I didn't know it. Just bring that ink in those corners a bit, lovely, bit there. Yeah, nice. Well, I am mighty happy with how those have gone today. So this one, as I say, I'll probably just, have it glued into a journal as just this and this, so double side loading pocket. But I did do the challenge for these little floating pockets. So that'll just, oh, that's so nice, isn't it? Really enjoyed that today. I prefer that side. And there's the daisy and daffodils. Yeah, I'm happy with those. So I've got 3 decorated, and I've got 1 base. As I say, I mean, I don't really know how many to get done in a video, because these are things I've not made before. So I'm fine with that just being a base. So I actually have a box full of bases like this, where they're neutral. They can go in literally any journal. I have a whole box full. So, as I'm starting new projects, I'm going to be decorating these things. So that will just go in there. No problems with that. And then I've got these 2 little ones, which are really simple. They're just going to have a label front and back, and then these can be little floating ones as well. So I hope that you've enjoyed seeing those come together. Sorry I was a bit of a, I don't know what to call it. I've just felt very enthusiastic today. So if you were expecting the usual relaxing video, maybe you didn't get that from me today, so sorry about that. But I had fun. So I hope you enjoyed seeing those come together. I hope you are reaching for the book pages and you want to make some yourself. As always, Rachel from Roxy Creations, I have linked her playlist down below, so you can have a look back on the challenge if you've not come across Roxy's weekly challenge before. And that's me for this week. I'll be back with some more videos. I think the next videos you'll see from me this week are for the Secret Garden lap book. That is coming in a couple of days. Woohoo! So we'll be starting that project together. And for Roxy's weekly challenge, I shall be back hopefully next Wednesday. Thanks so much then everyone, and we'll speak soon. Bye bye for now.